The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
From what day you may find out, certain people not like me. Everyone got us bag of thing, now me I do it like Nike.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Joker's World, Click, KFC, Nassau Cruise Port, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, Sun Oil Limited, and Tropical Gyros.
Me just I do it like Nike. Them want poison me, throw me thing up. Pass me and them girlfriend a link up. Hello. Dog, where you did that when they think tough. No food, clean water fi drink up. Now me and the dog, them a link up. Big truck, 20-inch rim, just a spin up. The pioneer just a kicks up. And a hip-hop calypso. Hello. You can't see the star through the tint up. Plus me and the cube and a link up.
The Friday, January 5th edition of Talking Heads is on and popping. Your boy Naughty in your company right up until 6 p.m. Happy Friday, everybody. The weekend is right around the corner, and we got lots to talk about. Yeah, we can open up the lines today. We have a candid conversation on a lot of things. And like I said, let me give you a little FYI, because I like to keep you in the know and get you where you want to go. Yeah, man, that's how we do it. And of course, like I remind you each and every day, just keep it right here. We got big things popping for the new year. All of you trivia lovers, we crank back up on Monday. All right? On Monday, we crank back up. So be sure to keep on listening out for that. All right? Yeah, and be fully loaded. Got your KFC coupons, lunch and dinner trays from Naughty Johnny's, Joker's Wild Party Passes, Tropical Gyro coupons. Yeah, man, you hooked up. Big cachet. All right? That's all coming down the pike. But as we get into it, let me remind you, BK doing big things, all about that jalapeno rodeo burger. All right, be sure to check out the combo. You get the jalapeno rodeo burger, crispy onion rings, barbecue sauce, and those fried jalapenos. All on that wall plate is all good. I mean, that rodeo burger's off the chain. And, of course, you could get the crispy onion rings or the fries either way. Half and half. Half fries, half onion rings. That's all good, too. Burger King doing big things for you, all right? Be sure to check out the jalapeno rodeo burger today at your favorite Burger King Nassau location. In addition to that, we got Fine Threads doing big things. Yes. Be sure to check them out after the holiday sales going on. Yep, 30% off sweaters. You definitely want to check them out on that. Always a good look this time of year. You need your sweaters. 30% off sweaters at Fine Threads. In addition to that, let me see what else they got popping for you. Yeah, sweater sale, 30% off, all sweaters. Be sure to check that out at all Fine Thread locations, all right? Top of Hill, Mackey Street, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza location. Both of those locations available for you at 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. And don't forget, John's doing big things. Yeah, be sure to check them out. Still got, they're the authorized distributor for Chefware, the most respected global culinary brand. John's carries chef jackets, pants, aprons, and hats, all designed to keep culinary professionals cool and comfortable. John's is also now carrying chef knife sets by Mercer Culinary Tools, so be sure to check them out on that at John's Workwear, all right? And they got the fast fashions going on for you, all right? And, of course, the shoes, men, women, and children, wide selection, casual, formal, and athletic. Both locations, John's Plaza Carmichael and the flagship store over there on Rosetta. Be sure to check them out Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And KFC doing big things. Big things popping with KFC. Yeah. Let them satisfy your cravings, all right? Before you do something crazy, enjoy a KFC 6-piece value deal. 6 pieces of juicy fried chicken, 3 orders of crispy fries, and 3 buttery biscuits, all for only $20. All right? Nobody does value like KFC, and it's always finger-licking good. And don't forget, Joker's Wild got a great show going on Tuesday through Sunday. Doors open 8:15, showtime 9 p.m. sharp. Headliner Pete George, feature comedian Keith Leonard, and yours truly. Funny show from start to finish, and don't forget, 2 for 1 on all locals, all right? So be sure to take advantage of that. And we're located between the Carl and the Beach Tower over there at the beautiful Atlanta, so come get your laugh on, all right, with me and my crazy comedian compadres. Now we got all of that out of the way. You know how to chime in. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259 in New Providence. Toll free and anyone in the family islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969. BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day. Right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. All right, flip side of the break. We're going to be talking the headlines. Woo! We oppose the Freedom of Information idea. Mitchell, government info already available? No, sir. We got to talk about that. PM Getty, police still looking for killers. Thompson, more expensive year ahead for Bahamians. And Org says government can handle Freedom of Information Act and cost of living at the same time. We're talking that and more. As a matter of fact, we're talking that. And then I've been buzzing on that Cat Williams Shannon Sharp interview. If you all saw that, we're going to be talking that as well, too. Yeah, Cat laid the smackdown on all of them. Dropped bombs and got the receipts, too. We're talking all of that on the flip side of the break as the Friday, January 5th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
This holiday season, come into John's for all your footwear and fashion needs, where we have women, men, and children covered for work, church, play, or the party in your life. Jewelry, handbags, and make a great gift for friends and family. And there is our small appliance section. Need a new outfit for the season? Check out our John's fast fashion clothing stores. Our John's Career Store is the perfect gift shop for a nurse or anyone in healthcare. Come in store or shop online at johnsshoes.com for same-day delivery or free next-day delivery. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas, Bahamas, from John's Shoes.
Nassau Cruise Port presents Phil Stubbs Live at the all-new Nassau Cruise Port Amphitheater. January 13th. Gates open at 7 p.m. Showtime 9 p.m. Book your tickets now at BahamasEtickets.com. General admission $50, 75 VIP. Prepare to be blown away as we kick things off with one of the Bahamas' beloved artists. You're raking and scraping with Ira Storr, Nishi LS, and Phil Stubbs Live.
Sponsored by Kalik and Ron Ricardo. Nassau Cruise Port, the place to be.
You have to be strong in today's world.
Struggling to repay your loan? Let us help you get back on track with payment terms that suits your financial situation and improve your credit score and credit report with the Bahamas Credit Bureau. Inquire about our restructured loans today. Call us at 356-7764.
We're back at you on the Friday, January 5th edition of Talking Heads. And I'm looking at today's Guardian. I'm trying to figure this out, man. Do I live in some other metaverse? But I heard the Minnis administration beat up their gum about the Freedom of Information Act. Then I heard this administration on the campaign trail beat up their gum about the Freedom of Information Act. Neither enacted it. Neither passed it. Neither put it into play. This administration right here, we oppose the Freedom of Information Act idea. So what do you oppose? Transparency and accountability then? That's what you're trying to say, Mr. Mitchell? Government info already available. How readily available is it to Joe Public? Since you're talking at the side of your neck, Mr. Mitchell. further proof that your shelf life in politics has expired, okay? Your septuagenarian behind needs to retire, man. I'm serious. What type of foolishness is this? You campaign on the platform of enacting the Freedom of Information Act, and now very flippantly, we oppose the idea, as well as the Procurement Act and the Final Responsibility Act as well, too, right? So you don't want nobody to say nothing to you all. That's basically it. Don't watch nothing, end quote. Don't watch nothing. Know your role, shut your mouth. We could do what we could do, and y'all can't say nothing about it. This is where democracy fails. This is where democracy crumbles. Because if the shoe were on the other foot, and this administration was in opposition, the hypocrisy of Mr. Mitchell, he would be the first one on a soapbox grandstanding, posturing and pontificating for the Freedom of Information Act and the Procurement Act if it wasn't being used and the shoe was on the other foot. Tired of this bad BS from all sides. We have a right to a Freedom of Information Act. We have a right. That protects Joe Public from being raped by government agencies, and so on and so forth, and homies, cronies, lovers, and friends. Cannot be serious with this foolishness right here. Cannot. That basically tells me you oppose the idea of transparency and accountability. That's what that tells me. How readily information is the government available, and numerous government portals, computer portals aren't working, websites aren't working. You know how many people still trying to get their VAT number for the year and access that website? Nothing. You just want to sweep this under the rug. No, we oppose the idea and keep it moving. No, explain to people why you campaigned on it, and now you're reneging and backing up. Anyway, let me leave that alone. Let me get to the text lines. Happy New Year, Naughty. The PM also promised while he was leader of opposition, no new taxes. Now new and increased taxes on everything. If they could tax us on oxygen, they would. And Mitchell would be the first one to lead the crowd to do it. Crazy. I just can't get over that. We're going to have Mr. Matt Aubrey from Org on Monday, along with Roscoe Thompson from Abaco. So that should be a great conversation. Org says government can handle the Freedom of Information Act and cost of living at the same time. And I get where the PM's coming from. Yeah, we need to make sure the cost of living is proportionate and in line. And every portion of I get that. But we could also have a Freedom of Information Act. We could also have a proper Procurement Act. It's crazy. Naughty. Fred said himself, it's only about accountability as if it was nothing. Couldn't believe he said they opposed it. That was cold and bold and disrespectful. I 100% agree. I tell you, so said Maya Angelou hat. It's not what you say, but it's how you make me feel while you say it. And this, to me, is just a slap in the face of democracy. Good afternoon, Naughty. Fred believes he's talking to my mother's generation. Yeah, I believe so. What are you, septuagenarian? You know, that's the 70s. And what are you bringing to the table that we already haven't seen prior and before? And now, I got a question, you know, where you really coming from? You'd like to critique Lady Pittman, but now maybe we need to critique you. We oppose the Freedom of Information Act idea. That tells me one thing. You oppose accountability and transparency. And that means any ish could hit the fan and any ish could go down the pipe between now and the next set of elections. With no Freedom of Information Act, no Procurement Act, if not, why not? I know the homies, cronies, lovers, and friends breeding the sour leaf. Wow. Thank God. They can't follow us up. Forget these contracts and do the shorty work. Go around at it. Thank God. Meanwhile, we suffer and we pay for it. Crazy. But chime on in. Let me know how you feel. Phone lines are open. Or has this just become the norm and we just accepted it? That was a good text right there. Naughty, this is part of the norm. This is part of the political climate on which we live in today. Sadly, I think it's true. Because these are platforms set up to benefit behemoths, to protect us. And this administration is clearly saying, bro, we ain't worrying about your protection. We on our run. If you ain't on our run, move on the side. Nobody on your run. Don't watch nothing. We can do what we got to do. That's all I getting out of that. If I'm wrong, then tell me. If you all see it different, tell me. But that's a middle finger to everybody who entertained this administration on the campaign trail, who entertained them based on this. Information Act was very important to voters. Very. And regardless of the party, because guess what? We want to know what you're doing. We tired of y'all giving us lip service and blowing us off, like how Mitchell specializes in. We oppose freedom of information idea. Oh, boy, I tell you. Anyway. And I can't wait to hear what Ground Bahama got to say about it. Naughty Freedom of Information Act is long overdue. How much money are they going to continue to spend messing this up? Ground Bahama chiming in now. They hot. I can't wait to hear what Abaco got to say on Monday. Because the Procurement Act is big to them. And the Freedom of Information Act. Roscoe and I have talked about it on numerous occasions. Let's go to the phone lines. Mr. Producer. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Good morning. Good afternoon, Naughty. How are you?
I'm good. Turn your radio down for me, please.
I got it all the way down now.
All right. What's going on?
I just want to have a comment to say on this and following up with, I thought you said are correct. And I think that Bahamians need to now say something. I think it is incumbent upon us to say, hold on now, wait a minute. We do not sign off with the idea that someone's telling us that the freedom of information, which I can remember, I'm saying, that same administration who is now saying it was an F&M thing, campaigned on as well.
Correct.
Supported in the House of Assembly. Both parties supported in the House Assembly. To say today that the whole idea you don't support is saying, screw you, screw your thoughts, screw what y'all think of me. I can say whatever I want to say. And I think we have to get to a place where we got to stop being used by all politicians, whether they're F&M or PLP. Let people be accountable to what they say they're going to do for us. Because least they forget, none of them got there by saying, my job is to be a politician for me. They promised to represent my issue.
Correct.
My issue is I want freedom of information.
And
so when you then tell me that's not something that you support, you are now carrying on your own tangent.
And I think it flies in the face, like I say, of all voters, regardless of party affiliation. The Freedom of Information Act is something that's going to serve Bahamians, regardless of who you affiliated politically with.
Naughty, for you to say that don't make sense, the chairman of the PLP of this, I remember when reporters asked during the first couple of months, the trip to Dubai, how much was spent.
Don't forget Bermuda-gate. Don't forget Bermuda-gate either.
Okay, all of that. Now, for him to say, we don't need freedom of information because anything you want to know, it is, you all you do is ask. They've been asking. How stupid do you think we are?
And then to add insult to injury, government info already available. Where? How?
Where?
How?
Listen, the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee been asking questions. Been asking. No one's giving it to him. The government telling him he can't even ask the question. So where's this power that you claim we have now? Don't do it, Doc. We are beyond that, but I'll say this, and I'll say before I leave. If you think we that stupid, your time coming.
Yeah, it coming. It ain't going. It coming. And you know what I find ironic?
Carry on.
Mr. Mitchell is the same one that's champion the cause for laws to be made to punish whistleblowers.
Uh-huh.
This man wants no accountability, no transparency.
None.
Brad, then give people a whistle, and now when you blow the whistle, Mitchell won't punish you for blowing the whistle. I mean, how bipolar is that boy?
Asking where the whistle is.
I mean, and the thing about it is, everywhere else in the world, they enact laws to protect whistleblowers, to protect democracy.
And so that's why people say the Bahamas is not a real place. And then to tell me get intelligent enough as the electorate to say, we're not going to keep for grown men, supposed to be learned men, and I'm calling out your legal profession, to say something like that, I say that's stupid.
I agree with you, caller. I agree with you. Have a good weekend, man. Don't let them upset you too much. Be safe. See, I'm not the only one, Mr. Producer. I mean, thinking Bahamians see the same thing. And it's far too long we've been insulted by politicians, regardless of party, with the bad BS. Let's go back to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, Happy New Year's, Naughty GNN.
Hey, GNN, what's going on, man?
Boy, radio.
How you coping?
Keep myself together. I get coping, man.
I got one stocking stuffer for you. You got to hand me Monday for it, though.
Yeah, I am.
All right, make sure I reach.
On the 6th, heading over on the 6th of February, just for the same thing. But listen.
But make sure I hit me Monday for that stocking stuffer, eh? I've been busy and my hands been full. What's going on with you, though?
Listen, no, it ain't what's going on with me. What's going on with the country? I believe. I kind of agree with the last caller, everything what he said. But the reason why Fred Mitchell has taken a complete turnaround with the Freedom of Information Act. What, they already passed the laws in the House of Assembly. Do you think they want anybody to know what they're doing with the carbon credits money? No, sir. No, sir, Bob. That's why they get that turnaround like that. Allegedly, $11 billion has landed. They ain't want nobody to know nothing about that. You understand? Because if my memory serves me correct, Fred Mitchell rose the FNM over the cold years ago when the FNM and Christie they put the Freedom of Information Act, and the FNM said it ain't had enough teeth, and they took it to redo it. It never resurfaced again, and that was one of their main topics on their campaign trail prior to getting in. And then all of a sudden, we don't need
nothing.
Thank you. They don't want the Bahamian people to know nothing.
And I find it insulting, like we don't have a right to know where our money is being spent, how it's being spent, and who it's being broken down to. And
no, that ain't your business. In this botched up democracy system, Westminster system that ain't none of your business. But we are conks.
Yep.
We are conks. We keep getting beat over and over and over again. Ain't nothing left.
We need to snatch the mallet back and start whapping some politicians. I keep telling you that.
Listen, the fellas them like Sparky and Fial and them and still call and say Pintard is this or my prime minister is that, and all they doing is beating the hell out of us. Naughty, thanks for taking my call.
All right, man. Be safe, man. Make sure I check me Monday, all right? Good to hear from GNN. But yeah, let's get to that break, Mr. Producer. We took the first one, right? Already, right? All right, well, let's go a little more then, and then we'll get to the break. Some of you all hitting me up. Yeah, man. If you also like, let's get to this call right here. Torian FM, who's this?
Hello, Naughty CG.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, this seems to be the worldwide trend. Every leader who has been elected time and time again eventually gets so corrupted that to hear something about freedom of information, it's appalling to them because that really would expose what they've been doing. And we've been actually going seesaw back and forth, putting the same people in because we're putting the same mindset, the same mentality of that gravitate toward me. We continue to do that. So they would get the impression that these are a bunch of dumb people, eh?
Yeah.
And we goosing them right in the front of their face. I don't use that word. And they just enjoying the ride. So obviously, I could see why Mr. Mitchell could feel pompous enough to say what he said, because he realized that he's dealing with a bunch of unevolved. And that's one of the reasons why they gravitate toward the South and try to give them citizenship, because they're not going to challenge. So we are being waned away. The intellectuals are being drifting into nothing because they're replacing the numbers with unevolved individuals. And that's a challenging problem, because you could see the country now becoming so, it'll be a great comparison between that split that you see in Hispaniola. We're going there.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that's where we're going, Naughty, because that's what they're pushing. Look at it this way. I can tell you some things. When you're going to provide or allow persons to have free access to electricity and you keep it covered, and government knows who they are, that group.
Right.
That should, they won't hear that. They won't go, this is my party. Like, I can tell you the last one. I remember when I was selling insurance, Naughty. There's a lady, she's be right there by A.F. Adley. And I made the biggest mistake by trying, and instead of focus on making this sale, I drift into politics. The lady said, mister, if Finland tell me eat that cockroach, I eat that cockroach. I said, you know what to do then? Let's make sure we cook it good first. And I brought the topic back, and I made the sale. So this is the mentality that's still among us, eh?
And that don't change.
Well, that has to die away.
Yeah, somebody just texted in, Naughty, please tell Fred Mitchell my grandma's in her grave. Suck my teeth, suck my teeth. Speak the language that we can understand.
Well, I can tell you some secrets, but thanks for taking my call.
All right, my brother. Have a good weekend. Always good to hear from you. Okay, now this is very interesting. Somebody just sent me, and when this is from the government of the Bahamas. And from May 17, 2023, information managers begin training on Freedom of Information Act. Now, allegedly, the Bahamas had a cross-section of government ministries and agencies that were represented at the first of a series of training sessions on the Bahamas Freedom of Information Act, which opened Tuesday, May 16, 2023, at the National Training Agency. So if that's been the case, why has our tax dollar been wasted training these folks on the Freedom of Information Act that you now say you're opposed to that idea? So what are those people from various agencies going to do now? It's not their fault. But again, look who's footing the bill. Why did you put those people in that program if you're now going to make it obsolete? Taxpayers' dollars in the process. Exactly. Because why? If you had a Freedom of Information Act, you could expose such foolishness, such idiocy. Without one, you can't. You got to do the research, and you're lucky you stumble across it. But that's a perfect example. We need to know more. Why were they hired and put in this position if now today you say you're opposed to the idea and we'll get to it eventually? Further proof. When I say Mr. Mitchell is a farce, at this stage of the game, some of y'all like to carry me hard, but no. This is proof. And of course, we have an Office of the Information Commissioner who said and this coming from the Office of the Office of the Information Commissioner, the objective of the Freedom of Information Act is to promote government accountability, transparency, and national decision-making by granting the public a general right of access to the records held by the Bahamas government. Why you don't want us access to that? Why do you oppose that idea, Mr. Mitchell? Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Naughty, my brother. Good afternoon.
Big Jeff, what's happening?
Listen, the words that came out of the Honorable Fred Mitchell's mouth speaks volumes. And it's a sad
You're
indictment.
using that word honorable loosely, just for protocol.
Yeah, well, you didn't see me pause just now?
Yeah, because but anyway, I
It's a
just
sad
sure.
indictment of the Progressive Liberal Party. It's supposed to be a party saying that he holds both portfolios as chairman of the party and also cabinet minister in this current government. Let me say this much. It's a sad indictment. They claim to be a transparent government, but from the utterances that has shocked many persons under the dilly tree, the mango tree, playing dominoes, and so on and so forth. Today alone, these persons are in an uproar, and they are very enraged at the words that's been spoken. But I said to them, but why are you guys surprised? Why? If out of one side of your mouth you said you for this thing, and then you saying something differently, then why are you surprised? The sad part about this whole thing is this. Now, why is it that they went past the Whistleblowers Act, which is a low-hanging fruit?
No, but you notice now, Mr. Mitchell is pushing for laws that punish whistleblowers.
But that's what I'm saying now. So
that makes no sense. Globally, they have laws enforced to protect whistleblowers.
Of course. But here in the Bahamas, we do things differently. You want to punish, because right now, just saying that, the matter with Miss Ferguson, Couture Ferguson, that matter still has not been totally fleshed out as to what they did with her and why they did what they did to her. This whole thing means that our Bahamians now really get the gist that we have a corrupt government and with corrupt systems that they refuse to correct because persons are benefiting from the systems being the way how they are. It's a whole other stuff. You don't have to guess anymore. They have made it very transparent that they have no intention of cleaning up and closing loopholes and fixing these systems where we finally can have a country that's operating efficiently and effectively. So it's going to take people like us to continue putting that pressure on until they decide, or until the time comes when they would demit office and have some people in there who are really serious about fixing these systems where Bahamians across the board who are supposed to be law-abiding and those who are not law-abiding will meet the justice of the laws, because many of them right now with this current administration are being broken. Right now, many persons still have not disclosed and they are not locked up. They are not fined. Nothing is going on. So when is this fiasco going to end? It is very vexing. It's very tiresome. And we have to keep on pressuring them until we get the things that needs to be fixed. And everybody who does not follow the law will be penalized under the weight of the law. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, Jeff. Be safe. Have a good weekend. Always good to hear from Jeff. But like I say, a lot of people are up in arms about it. It's very insulting. Very insulting. Very rules for we and rules for thee. And all lost in all of this is this administration, and any administration fails to realize they work for the people who voted them there. You work for us. I my taxes gonna pay your salary. My taxes gonna help run the country, and I can't ask what we doing, where it's going, how it's being spent. Like the old Spanish people say, "Tú estás loco, muchacho. You crazy, man. What happened?" I mean, seriously. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Hey, Naughty.
Hey, my brother. What's going on?
Come on one second. I said, let me call you because I was stunned today. I went to a wholesale place, a food wholesale place. I can say where it is because they have the sign up big and bold. And I went and I thought they put the sign up to say, if you could use your credit card, you got to spend at least $100 or something like that. So I go in and I didn't know. I asked them for one article, wholesale. It comes to about probably $40 or something like that. And the woman tell me, they can't serve me. I say, you got to spend at least $100. So that meaning if you go say you want a case of tomato paste, and then it comes to about 40, let's say $40.
You better find two other items to make it up to $60 to make it $100.
And I was like, really good with this, I walk right out. I was like stunned. And some people, the government need to look into that. You know, that didn't make
Yeah,
sense.
I mean, that's a little pressure right there.
Yeah.
Now, is it a wholesale place where you need to buy in bulk, or is it just general?
They telling you got to spend. No, but you may don't need all these things. You only want a case or something. Suppose it's a perishable item. You only say, well, let me buy it by the case. You try to maybe look on your end, but they telling you, man, you got to come up with $100. So I went to another wholesale place. Well, they didn't have that. I had to go through that. But that was stunned. That stunned me, you know.
Yeah.
Then another thing was the previous caller that mentioned, they don't disclose. The law say they're supposed to disclose at a certain time. That don't happen. But yet still, they telling the business people we giving you until
correct.
up to disclose. I heard the other day the business people tell them, no, we need more time or something or another. So I say, well, they don't disclose for a whole year, only them one. But they telling the business, you got to disclose by you. Well, there is a lot of things in this country. And then a lot of corruption go on with this word contract. You know, they don't put pen to paper when it comes to that. They just say, oh, something may only cost $100 to paint the road. And the fella goes, okay, I can do the road, and you got to pay me $500, you know, under this word contract. So a lot of corruption happening under that. But we got to wait and see. Like I say, they don't disclose, but they telling the business people.
And we'll never know because they oppose the idea of a Freedom of Information Act. So I guess they oppose accountability and transparency, you see?
You know why they dispose. They want that.
Right.
Because we can see all our money wasted.
Where it gone to, or who it gone to for a job not done or shortly done.
That. See,
no,
BPL, that's prime example down the line. You know.
I know how you go, especially with DOB.
What? And the other day your boy was on there justifying some other nonsense was going down. But I didn't want to tell him what I wanted to say, but he didn't take my call. But anyway.
Which that was?
No, one your colleagues, he always like justify certain things and, you know.
One of them said come on before me. Okay.
Yeah, they was going down. I just, you know, he was talking. Some things he said wasn't true, you know. But anyway.
All right.
Good,
you be safe, man. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, man.
All right, but yeah, man, and keep your eye on it. Call me Monday, because keep your eye on it. This ain't a chance. This only can get worse.
Yeah.
All right, be safe. I tell you, yes, your Texas, you're all cool, eh? Naughty, but I just wanted to reiterate, all I hear is crickets from the PLP callers. Where are they today? I don't see them out in force at all. What, no message from the war room to circle the wagons and defend us? People all know where to rub their skin texter, all right? People ain't running. PLP is hot with this decision. Some of them actually call me and say, but I campaigned on this. I got people in certain areas that just voted for the PLP. Now look, the backlash gonna come. And again, join me Monday. Matt Aubrey from Og Bahamas will be here, along with Roscoe Thompson out of Abaco. And that's two great individuals to talk Freedom of Information Act and Procurement Act with, and fiscal responsibility. And you have to applaud the leader of the opposition. He is all over it. Why? It's because he's been making too much noise about less seat in the books? Is this why, this administration opposes the idea of the Freedom of Information Act or the Procurement Act? What's really going on? What's really going on? The more things change, the more they stay the same, boy. I tell you. Sometimes I feel we just hamsters running on a wheel. I'd rather be a hamster than a gerbil any day. But that's a different story for another day. Let's take the commercial break, Mr. Producer. We'll get to the news. In the 5 o'clock hour, we'll be talking sports. All right? As the Friday, January 5th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this. Good stuff, everybody who texted and called in first hour. Good, solid stuff. We'll pick it up on the flip side of the break, which continues right after this.
Struggling to repay your loan? Let us help you get back on track with payment terms that suits your financial score and credit report with the Bahamas Credit Bureau. Inquire about our restructured loans today. Call us at 356-7764.
Jingle all the way around the world with Shell this Christmas. Win $30,000 in prizes when you spend $20 in fuel at any Shell location now through January 5th. Enter now to win 2 round-trip tickets to the Miami Dolphins and Buffalo Bills game or see the world with a $5,000 travel voucher. Weekly winners will be selected to win thousands of dollars in free fuel, grocery, and many more fabulous prizes. Fuel up and get your receipt for a chance to win with Shell now through January 5th, 2024.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to pay. Island Games, we like them other jokers. We've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we can make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
The new KFC Nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat. Unlike the no-gets, at KFC, we hand bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets, in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
We're back at you on the Friday, January 5th edition of Talk PM. Into the 5 o'clock hour, 10 p.m. is the time we're talking sports right now. And, of course, I think Pearlie's chimed in already. We got Pearlie chimed in. We got Pearlie zoomed in.
In the corner, in the spot, right here.
Straight from the air fryer, Pearlie.
No, I ain't get there yet, but not too long.
I know how you go. What you chefing up for the weekend?
Bachelor life, man. I cook for myself. Air fryer makes it easy.
Yes, indeed. So would we honey glazing or honey garlicing?
They're doing some pork chops today.
Pork chop. Yeah. Sound like a plan. Sound like it work.
You know. Some sweet potato fries, you know.
Sweet potato fries. There you go.
Yeah.
But I got an interesting Final 15 today, boy.
Okay. Yeah.
Got Colin Cowherd, who's the MVP favorite. Is it Lamar? And then a nice take on if the Bears should move off of Justin Fields. I think if they move off of Justin Fields, Atlanta is waiting in the wings to make him a superstar with the offense they got there.
But my point on it, why you want to do that? That means you go ahead, you move away from him, you bring another quarterback, and you have no help still.
Yep.
So you're right where you were.
It's really a head scratcher to me.
Grab Marvin Harrison Jr. and move on, man.
Right, or grab an offensive lineman to protect him and enhance your running game. And, you look like you got potential there with some of the players you got already on the roster.
Yeah.
So, go that route.
I guess that's why they make the big bucks, and let's talk about them.
Yeah, for real. But anyway, we got to get it started with Today in Sports History, all brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. And like I say, Naughty Johnny's doing it to you right now. Happy hour going on. It just kicked off. Awesome happy hour every Wednesday, every Friday. So be sure to check them out. Well worth the trip out there to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza. All right? And happy hour off the chain. You got great highball specials, great food specials. It's all good. Always worth the trip, like I say, out there on a Friday to Naughty Johnny's. And don't forget on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, breakfast, lunch, and dinner at Naughty Johnny's. Breakfast starting at 9 a.m. All right, here's what happened on Today in Sports History, all brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. On this day, January 5th, 1920, the New York Yankees purchased Babe Ruth from the Boston Red Sox for $125,000.
Ha!
And in 1920, that was a lot of money, boy.
Right now, it'd be $125 million.
1927, a 3-day public hearing began on the charges that 4 Major League Baseball games played between Chicago and Detroit on September 2nd and 3rd of 1917 had been thrown. 1983, Wayne Gretzky of the Edmonton Oilers scored his 100th point of the season. He achieved his 100th point in only the 42nd game of the season.
Yeah, he was. Oh man,
If there is one GOAT in any sport, Gretzky hands down is the GOAT in hockey without discussion.
Yeah, no argument there.
No disrespect to Lemieux. No disrespect to a couple of others who have come along since then. You know, who people have been all over. No, sir. No, sir.
You're right. You're right.
1931. I don't know why they put that Wayne Gretzky one right there. That should have been toward the end, but anyway. 1931, Lucille Thomas became the first woman to buy a professional baseball team. She bought the Topeka franchise of the Western League. 1934, both the National and American Baseball Leagues decided to use a uniform-sized baseball. It was the first time in 33 years that both leagues used the same size. Banker was fired as head coach of the Chicago Bears. Sports quote of the day, you don't know what pressure is until you play for $5 with only 2 in your pocket. Lee Trevino, pro golfer.
I heard that before.
Lee, yeah, right here, I think, on Today in Sports History, too. But, yeah, I think they threw that quote back at us again today. But, yeah, Lee was a character on that Seniors Golf Tour.
He sure was.
Him and Chichi Rodriguez.
Yeah, Chichi was great.
Chichi used to take out the putter and do like he was sword fighting after a putt and then tuck it away. He had, showmanship.
Yeah.
Now let's slide over to the local sports scene. The home court, all brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau. And listen, man, it's all about that jalapeno Whopper. You definitely want to check that out. That jalapeno rodeo sandwich. It is off the chain, all right? The rodeo burger. My God.
I was supposed to get it after the show yesterday. Something else came up. I'm going for that, man. I'm going to get that.
Crispy onions, barbecue sauce, and fried jalapenos. And then you got your choice of fries or onion rings. It comes with a soft drink. Or you can get the half-seas, half onion rings, half fries. That's all good, too.
Oh, man. That sounds so good.
This jalapeno rodeo burger off the chain, bro.
You had it?
No, but the picture looked all good. And Startboy had it, and Startboy gave it 2 thumbs up.
I can link if I don't get it today, first thing tomorrow for Shizzy.
Yeah, I add that on to the roster. That looks like a a pregame or halftime special right there.
Amen. I say amen.
All right, but if you look at the local scene, GSSSA resumes basketball season. Davis expects competitive year in all of the events. All right, the Government Secondary School Sports Association resumed its sports calendar year yesterday, with basketball being played at the C.I. Gibson and D.W. Davis gyms. GSSSA President Varel Davis said that they are having a good season so far and are happy to resume the sporting activities with basketball. We had a good cross-country and volleyball season. We're having an exciting basketball season so far, having played 2 weeks before a break for Christmas. Everyone is excited to resume the season yesterday. There is no clear-cut champion this year, as it is highly competitive this season in both the junior and senior schools.
Wonderful.
So Hugh Campbell should be nice, too.
Yeah, it should be.
We got to get out a couple of them, Pearly.
Yeah. We should. Yeah, that's smart, right?
let's try to work that out. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
If you look at Bahamians in the NBA, Buddy Hield and Eric Gordon, they were in action for their respective teams, the Indiana Pacers and the Phoenix Suns. DeAndre Ayton misses his 4th straight game, though.
He's hurt. Yeah, he's hurt.
So we got to keep an eye on that. Running in Love event set for February 10th. So put that on your calendars.
Running in Love. Okay, I got you.
And then we got some baseball kicking off and soccer and all of that resuming. So look for an exciting calendar coming up January, February, March, April, and then into May.
I think so. And then we got the marathon, the Bahamas Marathon is coming up.
Now I wanted to make this the first person to text me the answer for this, or the first person to call me with the answer for this, is going to win a pair of tickets to Phil Stubbs live January 13th at the Nassau Cruise Port. All right, Nassau Cruise Port and Timor Productions present Phil Stubbs live this January 13th. Also performing Nishi and Aristor and the Spank Band, so you definitely want to check that out. Tickets are $50 for the general, $75 for the VIP. Available at BahamasTickets.com, at the Plantation Bar and Grill, Caves Heights, and Miniso in the Wallet Marathon. Now listen, doors open at 7, showtime is at 9. Now listen, I got a pair of tickets to give away. Now you can answer on the phone, or you can answer on the text lines. Pearly, I'll get you tickets. You can't play this one because I know you know the answer to this one. But I'll put it out there for you right now. The only man to win a batting title in 3 different decades. The only man to win a batting title in 3 different decades. Give me the name of the player and who he played for. And if you want to go there and tell me which decades he won the batting title in, you can. You don't have to. Just give me the name of the player, the name of the team he played for. And, 3 batting titles in 3 different decades. Only player to ever do it. Tell me the name of that player, and you win a pair of tickets to go check out Phil Stubbs live January 13th out there at the Nassau Cruise Port. Get it? Got it? Good. Go. No. Look at you all so confident. You're all so confident. Buddy, I love to get him at this one, The answer is Tony Gwynn. No, it's not Tony Gwynn, and it's spelled Gwynn. Gwynn. Not Gwen. No, it ain't Tony Gwynn, not Tony Gwynn.
That's a good answer.
Very good answer. Tony was a big-time hitter. I take nothing away from your answer text. Tony Gwynn was a big-time hitter, but not the answer I'm looking for. Because another big-time hitter is the name to this answer right here. Pearl, you got an idea who it is?
Actually, I was thinking Tony Gwynn myself. I
can stump you all today on this one, maybe. Yeah. And I'll make it even harder. I'll make it even easier for you. It's not Tony Gwynn. Not Rod Carew.
Oh, man, that's who I had.
Not Kirby Puckett. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this? Talking Heads.
Hey, Curly, how you doing, man?
It's Naughty. What's happening?
Well, Naughty, Curly, all y'all the same people. Is it George Howard Brett?
Pardon?
Is it George Howard Brett?
You are absolutely right. It is George Brett of the Kansas City Royals, all-star third baseman. He won 3 batting titles, 1977, 1980, and 1990. And in 1980, he hit 390, flirted with 400 for most of the season. Closest one to come to hitting 400 since, what's his name? Oh, Lord. Ted Williams. He was the closest to come to Ted Williams. And I think a couple of years later, somebody's come closer, but nobody's hit 400. But at the time, in 1980, Brett was tearing it up. So you're absolutely right. I need you to hold the line. My producer's going to get you your number and tell you how to get your tickets to Phil Stubbs on the 13th. Enjoy the show, man.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Have a good show. Listen all the time.
All right, man. I appreciate it, man. Hold the line for me.
Thanks for listening. Good stuff.
Hold the line for me, Kermit. Get you straight right now. George Brett. There it is. Pearly George Brett.
It crossed my mind. When you said it was not Rod Carew, I said, okay, maybe Brett.
Yeah, you texted in, but I already got my caller, man. Try me again on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. I got tickets to give away next week, so, get your trivia hats on in the sports hour to win Phil Stubb tickets. But, yeah, it is George Brett, but you guys a little bit late on the text lines. The caller beat you to it. All right. I got that out of the way.
Their Google fingers were too slow.
Yeah, they Googled it. And I believe my caller Googled it too, because he came up with George Howard Brett. So that's a Googlation right there.
Yeah.
Or he might have had the rookie card. He sounded like he's a veteran. He might have had that George Brett card.
Yeah, I think he could have been a Kansas City Royal fan.
Yeah, man. Anybody who knew me should have known that was George Brett. That's my favorite player.
Yeah, it is.
Then Griffey Jr., close second.
Yeah, my son is a big Griffey Jr. fan.
Boy, that had a sweet swing, boy. That had a sweet swing.
Sweet. I saw a short little show about him and his dad played together that season.
Yeah, man, and they had some fun with it too, because Griffey Sr. called Junior off for a fly ball, and Junior run and cut him off. Boy, Griffey give it to him in the dugout. It was hilarious.
Yeah, and I also think they hit a back-to-back father-son home run.
Yes, they did. I think they did.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But make a long story short, that right there, coming to Texas, you all called some good hitters' names, and I missed a few off too. You could have gone Wade Boggs. You could have gone Cecil Cooper, who used to play for the Milwaukee Brewers. You could have gone Paul Molitor, or Robin Young, who used to play for the Brewers, and then later on with the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Pete Rose was another one who was a good big-time hitter. Bill Matlock from the Pirates was another one.
We could have hit.
Crime dog, boy, Bill Matlock. And the Cobra, Dave Parker, for a couple of seasons was a big-time hitter, too.
Yeah, Willie Stargell.
Pops, that Berg Pirate lineup in 1979 when they won the World Series. Sister Sledge playing in the background. We Are Family. John Candelario on the mound. Kent Tovey.
My dad was a huge Pittsburgh Pirates fan. Huge.
Well, my grandpa was watching it in depth because Lord bless her dead, because my uncle Meredith, Lord bless her dead, was living in Baltimore at the time. They were huge Orioles fans.
Yeah.
So they used to be sending all kind of Oriole memorabilia, Brooks Robinson, Kiko Garcia, Jim Palmer, all of that stuff.
Yeah, Weaver.
But I was like, boy, I like this Pirates team, boy. I like this Pirates team. And Willie Stargell and Cobra and all of them, but they brought it through. And then shortly after that was like 79. The next year, that's when I got introduced to George Brett and the Kansas City Royals, and that was that. So outside of listening to the Yankees with my grandpa, I ended up getting introduced to George Brett because my grandpa, Cam Thompson, was the charter president of the Lions Club here. So he did a lot of traveling to the Lions clubs abroad as well. And when he went to a couple of meetings in Kansas City, that was over. He came back with all kind of Kansas City Royals stuff. And George Brett had sent me autographed pictures and baseballs because one of the Lion, presidents in Kansas City, who was friends with my grandfather, was actually the editor of the Kansas City Star or the Kansas City Sun-Times.
Okay.
Mr. Garrett Smalley, Lord bless the dead. So he ensured that I got my and back in the day, you get letters from the Kansas City Royals with their newsletters. That was awesome stuff because back in the day, we grew up on Sports Illustrated and the Sporting News.
Yeah.
We didn't have the internet. We could see the actual in-game score and the up-to-date score and none of that. We had to wait days for box scores, boy.
Let's tell you, I was a huge USA Today newspaper fan because they had a whole sports section.
Yes, sir.
Yep. I actually, my first team was the New York Mets, Nutty.
How so? That's what you used to watch on TV a lot.
Yeah. And then, I have a lot of family in New York, so I went to New York and maybe to go to Shea Stadium.
Okay.
And then when in 72, when we moved, we couldn't bring, now remember now, satellite, you had antenna.
Right.
So we couldn't bring our antenna to our house for a couple of months, so I had no TV, so I used to go across the street to my grandmother's house, and my uncle was a huge Dodger fan, and his best friend was a huge Giant fan. So they'd be on the porch rowing, and of course I sided with Uncle.
Right.
And that's when Steve Garvey and Ron Say and Billy Russell came up.
So that's who pulled you over to Dodger Blue.
Yes. And I got right into it after that.
You need to thank your uncle because you could have stuck a Mets fan.
Yeah, he knows that. Him and I used to have good days before he died. God rest his soul.
He rescued you out of purgatory, brother.
Sure did. And now Otani has rescued me out of purgatory again.
You got to seal the deal. You're looking pretty, boy. But, the last time y'all was fully loaded and pretty, remember now, Dave Roberts got you.
You'll be all right.
Bernie, you think Roberts could ride this? You think Roberts could ride this top neck, high tech Star Trek? Like the Enterprise, like the new Enterprise. He could fly it now. Is he a Captain Kirk? Can he get this done?
Listen, what he did last year, in my opinion, he should have been manager of the year. What he did last year with a team that had 4, the pitching starting 4 was out by a bunch of rookies, second-year players, bunch of has-been ball players.
I don't believe this text is your boy, Pearly. But this text is funny, though. I ain't gonna lie, text. I should give you tickets just because you funny. The joke is right. You say Roberts will take them to Planet Chocotron.
Yeah, that's Jeff. He's a Yankee fan.
Wee. Breathe. Musa.
I'm not answering Jeff. Jeff needs God.
Boy, I tell you. But anyway, we slide out of the logo. Let's go to the phone lines real quick, but I think we got a call. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's that?
Poppin' Naughty, was Poppin' Burley.
Hey, what's going on, 52?
Yeah, well, after hearing some BS, the most arson in any, I don't want to talk about it. I kind of get in the shock according to the statement coming from a chairman, right? But
we was appalled by that earlier, 52.
That's an insult to me and everybody else. I mean, I don't know. I may be in a different planet or whatever, different time or whatever, but I called to give condolences to you and Burley, man.
What happened?
But I said, I know your last game, you lost, right?
No, Dallas won their last game.
No, man.
You may be the Lions 20-19.
Listen to me. I saying you stop breathing because the last game I watched, I thought you all lost, but I said, boy, no, he must have stopped breathing on that.
No, but I was sitting there saying, thief from thief, God smile. Dallas been robbed before. Now they said the referees robbed us, but it is what it is.
Who the last game is you all had?
We beat the Lions 20-19.
Yeah, right. And Pearly them lost the last game, right?
Nah, Purdy is the one who took blows in the gloves and on the respirator and got respiratory problem.
That's why I call it, you make condolences.
56-19.
Hold on, Pearly's a football prophet because Pearly said within himself that the team Baltimore. He said it, right, Pearly? Hello?
I hear you loud and clear.
But Pearly, I had a joke for you. A friend of mine, I was running the steps Sunday, and I saw him. It's a young man, he was 40-something, so he was like, he had on his Dolphin shirt, so I said, boy, I love you all. I said, but I got to go to my division, and that was my decision, you understand what I'm saying? But I wanted to ask you, Naughty, this guy, the Najee Harris, but we have another running back who I was impressed with. What's his name?
Jalen Warren.
Yeah, he didn't play the last game, eh?
No, he played in the last game. He had a couple of receptions, but he's like the backup back that his role has been expanding as the years has gone on. Yeah, so much so to the point that Najee might be out of there in the offseason, and he'll be the lead back next year.
So I don't get to watch the games as much as you and Pearly. What I'm saying, I watch these guys run, the two of them together. I mean, if the Steelers, I don't understand. Their offense on and off, man. And with them two running backs like them, they really should have been way ahead. But I'm glad we make the wild card. I stopped breathing in them last couple of plays. I said, boy, if they lose, I call inside and look at the day. I said, boy, if they lose this one, I ain't to them.
But y'all ain't there yet. Y'all got to win and need some help to get in for the wild card.
No, we in the wild card. Let me make the wild card with the win, man.
Buffalo got to lose. You need Miami to win.
Yeah, just remember that. Yeah. But anyhow, Pearly, I wish you all luck, all right?
Yeah, you know why, too.
Well, I can look at the schedule. Maybe you should talk about it more. But, I just seen you all talk about the baseball. But I used to follow the Phillies, when I was a younger man. But, you know what I mean? I wanted to, what's the name of the guy? Because I've been in the thing so long. The guy, what's the name of the guy? Reggie Jackson, the guy who transferred to Baltimore in his old days.
No, you're talking about Reggie played for the A's, then he went to the Yankees, then he went to the Angels. Reggie was in Baltimore for one season before he went to the Yankees.
California just no, I think, because what happened is I watched the Baltimore Orioles and the California just play. Yeah, that's how I got mixed up. Yeah, all right. Yeah, respect.
Yeah, Reggie Jackson.
You all got to win. But see, with us being in it, I tell you, between our division, between Baltimore, Baltimore is our competition in our division. And what's the record on the Bengals?
The Bengals out of it. They done. Yeah. On the bubble at number 8 are the Texans and number 9 are the Steelers.
But the guy, I thought Philly should have been doing better too. With the guy, I like the running back. They got Swift, man.
They don't use him enough, though.
Yeah, but Pearly, he named Swift, and he's Swift. So I just wondering if that's a God-given talent because he marching, he named right around. Bless up.
Yeah, man. They got 52.
52. I will give you something to go with. When Steelers sign Russell Wilson next year, you'll be a much better team.
Yeah, you heard that first too, Pearly. Yeah, well, I tell you, Russell Wilson is the stopgap until they get their quarterback.
Huh? You heard that here first, and you will call back and say these prophets. Russell Wilson will be a Steeler next year.
Let me tell you, Russell Wilson is the perfect stopgap for the Steelers. Perfect.
Yes, perfect.
For a year or two with that offense?
Yep.
You look out for that next year, man. That might have been a better fit for him, and Tomlin might be that kind of coach. Now, by 6 or 7 games, if we getting more issues with Russell Wilson, then it's time for him to hang it up.
Yeah, but I don't think so, because he had a pretty good year this year.
Yeah, it wasn't him. And I mean, you got receivers in Denver that they don't want to draw the plays up for. Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, come on, man.
Yeah, real talk.
Plus that other kid, Mims, was a good receiver too. They should have opened it up more for them.
That's true.
I don't see why they didn't. That was kind of a head scratcher right there, if you ask me.
I know what you mean.
All right, let's get to the first break. On the flip side of the break, Pearly, we'll get into our picks because, we got Cowherd taking us home today with the final 15. So, we'll chop it up a little more, and then we'll get into our picks, and we'll get into the weekend, all right? Big weekend coming up, too. A lot of NFL football on the weekend, NBA basketball, the remnants of college football wrapping up.
The championship game is on Monday night.
Yeah, but boy, I look at over the weekend, I was like, maybe some of them other teams should have been in the national. Well, not really, Pearly. Doesn't the winner of the Texas game and Washington's game play the winner of this Monday night game for the national championship?
No, Monday night championship is Michigan against Washington. Michigan beat Alabama.
Washington beat Texas. Right, but not this Monday. You mean next Monday?
Monday coming.
This Monday come. Oh, that's right.
Day after tomorrow, Monday.
Washington and Michigan. That's right.
In Texas.
I like Washington, Michael Penix.
I like Penix, but I think Michigan on a mission.
Listen, as far as the name goes, Penix,
yeah,
boy, we can have fun with that in the NFL, boy.
Yeah, well, he will be first round pick.
What a big Penix. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyway, let's get to the break.
Behave, you're not jokers. You're the first round pick.
Get me to the break before Urkel calls.
Let's go to the break, please.
Hurry up.
This is Naughty and Freddie talking here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Refined style with elegant taste. Then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste. Then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
This holiday season, come into John's for all your footwear and fashion needs, where we have women, men, and children covered for work, church, play, or the party. Handbags, and of course, gift cards in any amount make a great gift for friends and family. And there is our small appliance section. Need a new outfit for the season? Check out our John's fast fashion clothing stores. Our John's Carer store is the perfect gift shop for a nurse or anyone in healthcare. Come in store or shop online at johnsshoes.com for same-day delivery or free next day delivery. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas, Bahamas, from John's Shoes.
Jingle all the way around the world with Shell this Christmas. Win $30,000 in prizes when you spend $20 in fuel at any Shell location now through January 5th. Enter now to win 2 round-trip tickets to the Miami Dolphins and Buffalo Bills game, or see the world with a $5,000 travel voucher. Weekly winners will be selected to win thousands of dollars in free fuel, grocery, and many more fabulous prizes. Fuel up and get your receipt for a chance to win with Shell now through January 5th, 2024.
Nassau Cruise Port presents Phil Stubbs Live at the all-new Nassau Cruise Port Amphitheater, January 13th. Gates open at 7 p.m., showtime 9 p.m.
Book your tickets now at BahamasEtickets.com.
General admission $50, 75 VIP. Prepare to be blown away as we kick things off with one of the Bahamas' beloved artists. You're raking and scraping with Ira Storr, Nishi LS, and Phil Stubbs Live.
Sponsored by Kalik and Ron Ricardo. Nassau Cruise Port, the place to be.
Just like every Christmas, let KFC bring all your favorite family members together at the table with you as the essential one. The one bringing the chicken. Enjoy a KFC festive bucket packed with 8 pieces of golden fried chicken, family fries, 4 buttery biscuits, and a half-gallon Pepsi in a free reusable beverage bag. Available for a limited time, the reusable drink bags are perfect for your future festive feasts. Make your Christmas unique with the taste of KFC.
We're back at you on the Friday, January 5th edition of Talking Heads. We got one more break, right, Mr. Producer? So we do the picks, we get to the break, flip side of the break, we get into Colin Cowherd taking us home. Pearly, what's going on, man? We got to do some picks.
Right here?
Yeah.
You know, a big weekend for football.
And shout out to Chef Carmen, the crew at Tropical Gyro. Chef, boy, I got you. I already got that, boy. I tell you, man, shaking my head, Chef, shaking my head. Boy, but Chef got his fingers crossed this week. Y'all Dolphins, boy, y'all gotta beat Buffalo so y'all could breathe a sigh of relief.
I'm not worried about it. I think we actually got to mash up Buffalo 100. I think we can beat Buffalo. Buffalo defense is not all that, and their offenses have not been moving the ball.
Listen, I get all of that, Pearly. And even in the last couple of games since they beat the Cowboys, they haven't been that impressive. However, they have momentum.
What momentum?
They won, regardless how ugly it is.
They barely won. They scrapped that win. That's not a momentum.
But that's 4 straight, though.
All right, we'll see what happens.
Now, I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. I think they get you up early. And then you all rebound, though, the next week on the road against the Chiefs, and you beat the Chiefs. That's how I see it.
We'll see who is the better.
I can't believe they're making me wait till 4:25 to watch Dallas win the NFC East division.
But Naughty, I tell you one thing.
Oh God, here we go.
I don't know why, and I ain't trying to be disgusting or nothing like that. But I'm very uncomfortable with your game. I don't know why.
Listen, you need to worry about your game. That's the game that can give you connections. Don't worry about my Cowboys. We can be straight.
I hope so.
You worry about them Bills.
I think to see you after that game and things ain't right.
Listen, Purdy, I was prepared for us playing at the 5th seed anyway, regardless. We lucked into it last week with Philadelphia doing full. We need to seal the deal this week. If we can't seal the deal for a number 2 seed in the playoffs, play 2 games at home where we are 8-0, then we don't deserve it. Period.
If you lose, but you got the 5th seed or the 6th seed?
The 5th seed.
And you play who?
Tampa Bay and Tampa if they win. And then if Tampa lose, then God only knows whoever win that division, NFC South, we play them on the road.
Okay.
Anyway, let's go to the phones. We got a caller. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
What's happening, Naughty and Birdie? All is well?
Hey, what's going on, Mystery?
Everything good. I hear you talking crap on this radio now, but
I said the Bills, division game, tough division game, beat y'all. Y'all come back as the wild card and upset Kansas City.
Coming back. We've been in a 2. What come back for what?
Well, if you win the number 2 seed, you won't play Kansas City.
What you talking about?
If you win the number 2 seed, you won't play Kansas City.
Huh?
If you get the number 2 seed, you won't play Kansas City. You'll play somebody like the Jaguars or the Texans or one of them.
Yeah, well, I agree with that.
That's who's there to get in. Right now, the Ravens are number 1, Dolphins number 2, Chiefs number 3, Browns number 5. They're etched in. If you win, you stay number 2. And they got the Jaguars, the Bills, and the Colts. Right now, if they win, they're in. And the 4, 6, and 7 seeds. Now, if they lose, the Texans will leapfrog into the 7th spot.
So if we lose, we got Kansas City next week, right?
Yeah, if you lose, you drop to number 6, and you'll play Kansas City. If you remain number 2, then you'll play either the Colts or the Texans in Miami.
No, Buffalo. You'll play Buffalo.
If Buffalo loses, they'll be out.
No. Buffalo loses, a lot of people.
But
a lot of teams.
Jacksonville have to win.
To lose. Buffalo in a serious position right now.
Any of them lose, they're in.
All right. If the Texans win, they're in.
Yes.
If the Steelers win, they're going to need help. If the Colts win,
the Buffalo loss.
If the Colts win, they're in.
The Steelers need a Buffalo loss to get in.
Yeah, Buffalo have a few scenarios.
But right now, the way I see it, that's how it's going to end up.
But Buffalo in a conundrum right now. Buffalo need a lot of help.
But it's a division game, man.
Automatically got that. We in. Buffalo ain't automatically in.
The question for Purdy, Naughty, looks like the Steelers are trying to make the playoffs. Who on the Kansas City Chiefs could catch the football or Butterfingers? No. Kelsey and Rashee Rice are the 2 main targets you need to look for as far as getting the ball down the field. In the passing game, I think they're soured on everybody else. And as far as the running backs go, Pacheco can get more involved, and then Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
But outside of them, that's their passing attack right there, because they don't have zero confidence in Mecole Hardman, Valdez-Scantling, nor Tony. So
no, they don't.
That could be their undoing come playoff time, especially against a team like Miami. They get in a shootout, they can't keep up.
No, they can't.
All right, Purdy, let's jump to it. Let's make it quick. Mr. Producer giving me the signal. Here we go. Rapid fire style. Pittsburgh and Baltimore. I like Pittsburgh to win this one. They're playing for something. Baltimore has nothing to gain from this game.
I like Pittsburgh, but I think Baltimore can rest some people. That's why I feel in that.
Baltimore's resting everybody. Houston and at Indianapolis, I like the Texans to win this one by the 1.5. They got more momentum. They got a better defense, and they got C.J. Stroud back. I think they make a statement. I think they win, and they get into the playoffs.
I agree.
The Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. I like the Saints to get it done to keep their playoff hopes alive. They're going to need mathematical help. But if they win, they'll have a better chance of getting in, especially in the NFC South, if they're going to win by 3 at home.
Yep.
Cleveland is playing nobody. Cincinnati is playing even less, but they're home, and it's a division game. And Cleveland is resting even some second-teamers. I'll take the Bengals. Maybe not by 7 points, but I'll take the Bengals to win.
I'll take Cleveland and the +7.
That's a good pick. That ain't bad at all right there, Purdy. That might be a good way to go.
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars -4 on the road against Tennessee. Trevor Lawrence starting. Jacksonville needs to win this game to get into the playoffs and win the division. It's a division game. Tennessee may want to play spoiler, or they may not, because Tennessee looks like they've cashed it in. So I'll go with Jacksonville on the road to get it done, but I'll lean more money line than -4 because it could be tight.
Nah, I'll go Jacksonville. I'll take the points.
Detroit is at home. They're resting everybody and their mom.
No, Detroit needs to win because if Dallas loses, Detroit's become number 2.
Yeah, but they're still resting people. I'm looking at the report. They're resting a lot of people.
Okay, all
they
right.
may not rest. They golf and them may get a series or whatever. Outlaw the Cowboys. They're going to look at that game early and see what they could do. And if not, they'll ride with number 3.
Yeah, okay.
They can't drop no lower than number 3. They may come out and try to win this, but I know they're resting golf. I know they're resting players. They're not playing everybody in this game.
Okay.
And Minnesota, like I say, Minnesota still got some sort of life over there, if I'm not mistaken. On
20
the other
teams got life. 20 teams got playoff life.
Let me have a look. Minnesota is on the bubble at number 10. They need help, but if they win, they need some mathematical help. They're still playing for something.
Yep.
As are the Saints, Seahawks, and the Packers.
Yep.
So as we continue, I like the Jets and the Patriots. I like the Jets to win this one, man.
I'm going to go with the Patriots. I don't know why. They're going to send Bill Belichick into retirement nicely.
I think Brees Hall and Garrett and them going to make some noise for the Jets. Give the Jets some oomph to go into the offseason with. So that we can hear all offseason long. With a healthy Aaron Rodgers, we'll win the division. You know it's coming.
Yeah.
I like Tampa Bay to win the division, the NFC South, by beating the Carolina Panthers in Carolina. I don't know, maybe by 4.5, but I think they'll get it done.
Yeah, I agree.
Packers and the Bears. Packers have won 9 straight against the Bears. They need to win to get in. I would like to see them play Dallas in the number 2 seed as the number 7 seed in Dallas. So let's go Packers. Cowboys over the Commanders by 13. I think the Cowboys win the division. I don't know by 13. I think if we get a lead, we go to the scrubs. The second teamers, and then eventually the bench and the scrubs to get it done. I don't know if it's by 13. I think Doc and them will make some noise early, but by the second half, all of those guys will be out, and second teamers will try to get it home for Dallas. The Broncos and the Raiders. I like the Raiders to win. Oh, my bad. I know what you. I know where you're going. Take Washington in the 13.
If Dallas jumps on them, well, they'll be fine. But if the Commanders makes the game in the first or second quarter, the Doc got to stay in, and that's dangerous.
I agree.
Cowboys, man.
Raiders and the Broncos. I like the Raiders to continue the winning momentum for Pierce to make him the head coach. I like the Chiefs to beat the Chargers still. The Chargers on third teamers and street guys right now, and they've cashed it in. I like the Chiefs to get that done. I like the Rams and the 49ers. The 49ers -4 point favorites, but something tells me the Rams going to try to go in with some momentum regardless. It's a division game.
I like the Rams. If not, I still take the Rams and the points.
The Eagles over the Giants. Listen, I like Tyrod Taylor. I think they give them the Stugats this week and send them into the playoffs with a loss.
I think the Eagles catching too much hell out there. People talking about. I think they can make a statement game out of this. I think they're going to spank the Giants.
You said that about Arizona too, but anyway, that's a different story. Seattle keeps the playoff hopes alive with a win over the Arizona Cardinals and the Buffalo Bills. I like them to beat your Dolphins on Sunday night at 8:20. What you say? You like the Dolphins to win that one, right?
I like the Dolphins. I think that the Bills. I think that they're trying too hard to make Josh Allen the MVP. And I think Tua's going to have a statement game. And Tua's going to say, listen, this is the AFC now belongs to
all right, Eric. All right. Well, Mr. Producer giving us the sign there, Pearly. We got to get up out of here, man. Colin Cowherd taking us home. Have a great weekend. Good luck with your Dolphins. My Cowboys already in, but good luck with your Dolphins, man. Be safe, and we'll talk, all right?
All right. Ball time.
You all have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday right here on Talking Heads.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise, which means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You get cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dream come true. We playing with Island Games.
Just like every Christmas, let KFC bring all your favorite family members together at the table with you, the essential one, the one bringing the chicken. Get that fried chicken holiday vibe with a juicy festive big box, loaded with 2 pieces of your favorite fried chicken, 4 pieces of our real nuggets of 100% white meat, fries, a biscuit, corn, a delectable strawberry parfait, and a medium soda. Make your Christmas unique with the taste of KFC.
Watch this nonsense. Just utter nonsense.
I like your Atlanta pick.
You like what pick?
I like your Atlanta pick. I think that's good.
Yeah, see?
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, guy who's coached in the league.
You're not drinking.
So it is interesting, like the Justin Fields thing. So I said, the reason I took them, because I said Justin Fields against this Green Bay defense is going to look better than Jordan Love against the Bears defense since they got Montez Sweat. They got a real pass rush. And so when I pick games a lot of times, give me the best quarterback. You have to contextualize it. Green Bay's defense is a mess. They're going to move off their – it's just not playing well. So the Justin Fields component's fascinating. By Monday, if they beat Green Bay, you know this, Eric. You were coached in New York. The whole city's going to be bringing back. He beat the Packers. What do you make of the Justin Fields dynamic? Because he's played better. If he wins in Lambeau, I mean, Bears don't beat Green Bay. They haven't beaten Green Bay in like 10, 15 years, it feels like. Where are you on Justin Fields?
Well, I felt even last year when they had the number one pick, if they had a conviction on any of the quarterbacks, I thought they should have moved off of Justin Fields at that point. And he's done a lot of good things. Most of the good things come from when he's working with his legs as opposed to him really developing consistently as a passer. You'd like to, now there's flashes. There's incredible flashes passing the ball. It's just not consistent. Now here they are again with the first overall pick. If there's a quarterback that they have a conviction with, they should go get him and move on from Justin. I thought, and you and I talked about this in August, I really thought if Justin Fields had made some progress last year coming into this season, the Bears loaded up on a bunch of offensive talent this offseason. I thought they were going to be significantly better than they ended up being, and they're getting a little bit hot here at the end, but it's been disappointing to me offensively where he is a year removed from the summer.
You know this, pressure affects locker rooms. And so the Baker Browns was pressurized, a lot of pressure. Deshaun Watson Browns, pressure. The Flacco Browns, he's like, I'm having a great time. I watch them. They are the loosest team in the league. House money, backup, fourth quarterback. Eric, I think it matters. I think you can feel tight in the NFL. You can feel it. Deshaun Watson, everybody was up. Is he hurt? Is he playing? I've never thought this in my life. I think I wouldn't be shocked if Cleveland ended up in the AFC Championship. Tell me what you live in Cleveland. What do you see from Flacco? What do you hear the Browns?
Same thing. Going into the season with Nick Chubb and Deshaun Watson, I thought, and the defense and Jim Schwartz coming on board, I thought this team had a chance to win the division. And then they lose Nick Chubb, they lose Deshaun Watson. They're still finding ways to win. In comes Flacco, who absolutely is playing with house money, who didn't think he was going to get a chance to play. At quarterback, it looks like a guy who's got a lot of experience and a lot of poise and appreciation of this opportunity, taking advantage of it. Now, you look at his numbers, his touchdown percentage is the highest it's ever been in his career when he's played more than 5 games, which is what he's got with the Browns. And the flip side of that, though, is he is taking a lot more chances, and his interception rate is the highest it's been in his career as well. But Cleveland's used to quarterbacks throwing a lot of interceptions. They're used to having to overcome that adversity. They're not used to getting the upside that now Joe Flacco is bringing, and he puts a ton of pressure on defenses with the deep ball. His arm is incredible, and they could go into Baltimore and upset the Ravens.
Absolutely.
They beat the Ravens in Baltimore with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
They're not intimidated. They're not intimidated by Baltimore, and now you've got Joe Flacco, who's played in that stadium for years, going back there with a chance to beat him. It's a little bit of a storybook.
Yeah, no, it is. There is something to be said when you're playing with house money and everybody's loose and fun. It's more fun to coach. It's more fun to practice. I could see Cleveland going to Baltimore, and everybody in Baltimore is all tensed up as the number one seed, and their kids in the backyard during the week. Yeah.
And who's more comfortable than Joe Flacco playing in that stadium? I mean, he played there for years. It'd be like a home game for him.
So I defended Mike McCarthy yesterday. I said, take John Harbaugh's career and Mike McCarthy. Same winning percentage. Mike's got a couple more division titles. Both have a Super Bowl. I mean, if you go down the line, it's virtually the same. I would argue that Mike had to overcome Green Bay with no owner. They can't get free agents. And Dallas with a semi-meddling owner. Whereas Harbaugh's had, as you know, ownership's about half the bag. Baltimore's ownership is incredible. Top 5, 6 in the league. We would not consider, so here's the winning percentages, Harbaugh, McCarthy. They've won the same, playoffs the same, division time, same guy. We love one, we're brutal to the other. So if Mike McCarthy wins a singular playoff game, but lost at Detroit, lost at San Francisco, I'm not firing him. If Harbaugh gets to the AFC Championship and loses in overtime to Joe Flacco, I'm not firing him. I mean, I look at Mike McCarthy, I think, are we being unrealistic? This is his second team he's built up. Dallas was a bit of a mess when he took it over. 12 wins. Are we being too harsh on McCarthy?
Well, the difference in these two organizations is expectations. And every year, Dallas builds up the expectations, and it comes from the players, but more importantly, it comes from ownership. They're always talking about how good the personnel is. So when you have that situation and you don't achieve at a high level, which is what Dallas is always saying they're going to, then it looks like a failure of coaching. Where Baltimore is totally different. They typically are under the radar. They're humble, if anything, and so you don't go in with the same expectations. So now you're judging based off of sort of self-inflicted, this world of self-inflicted expectations. And I think that's why Mike gets judged a lot more harshly. Now, Dallas is going to have to make a decision. What if they want Dan Quinn to stay? Dan Quinn's probably going to get an opportunity to become a head coach. And if it doesn't go well in the playoffs and they've got Dan Quinn in the building, is that a place where you might make a change in order to keep Dan and keep that defense intact?
Yeah, it's these playoffs are going to be absolutely fascinating. So, we've talked about Lamar Jackson, and I've really defended him. I've said, listen, I don't care about numbers, influence. When I watch teams face him, San Francisco, Miami, Seattle, Detroit, he's intimidating because Lamar can humiliate you. Trevor Lawrence can beat you. Dak can beat you. Cousins can beat you. Lamar can humiliate you. Even when people rush him, the Bosas, they don't go too hard, too fast. It's like, okay, let's stay back. When I see pro athletes who are elite pay reverence to like Tyreek Hill's speed or Lamar's athletic ability, what you're seeing is it's like Kobe and MJ. Mike didn't beat you. He would humble you. I think he's a go-away MVP. I'm not an awards guy. I think what Lamar creates is this is why athletes love him. They face him. They get how good he is because they've been humiliated by him. And I think a lot of people, Eric, struggle because he doesn't have the most this or the most that. If you were facing him, what do you do with Lamar? How do you face him?
Lamar is like a human cheat code, and you're right. He has such a unique set of talents that you have to play him so differently than you have to play everybody else. And your defensive line, who's for guys with some escapability, but nowhere near the level of escapability, they've got to change the way that they play. The box that you have, you've got to put an extra player down the box because he's such a big threat as a runner, which means you're isolated outside. And my frustration with Lamar has always been in the sense of, is it sustainable? How long can he play with this style? Because the running quarterbacks, and Lamar's had a lot of troubles here recently with injuries, and thankfully he's healthy going into the playoffs. How long is this sustainable? But in a one-game, one-off type of situation like the playoffs are, it's such a different package, and trying to keep him in the pocket and not let him kill you with his feet takes so much time and energy. You're not able to do a lot of other stuff to stop their other core players.
All right, rest or rust? Would you sit Trent Williams for 2 weeks? If you have a number one seed, and I mean, Baltimore and San Francisco, feels like they're always like banged up at certain positions, right? Because they're physical teams. Are you a rest or it creates too much rust? What is your feeling on that?
I struggle with this. I think of the 2007 Giants when they played that last week in the season against New England and ended up being a shootout, and New England wins, but then they face New England again in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl, and they beat them, and they're like road warriors, and they're hardened and grizzled, and that happens. And then you've got other examples where team wins the first seed, they're clearly the favorites, they rest a bunch of people, and they come out and they're no good. Hard balance, because you're going to be sick if one of your stars gets hurt in a meaningless game. You're going to be absolutely sick. But on the flip side of that, when you give guys so much time off, and it's not their fault, you know how it is coming back from a long vacation. You've got to get back into the rhythm. Yeah. I think that the best approach, and an approach we often took in New England, is we told the guys they were going to play. So we went out and we practiced that week like all the starters were going to start, and we got that good full week of practice, and then we pulled them off and didn't play them. But you still got that full week of practice going to the game, so you didn't lose that component of it. And you hear Kyle Shanahan talking about that. It's a long time to go without practicing. So maybe it's not fair in the sense that you're not telling the guys up front, but it was a really smart way to get the work in that you needed without taking the risk that you take with playing them in the game.
I would keep finally Belichick if, and I don't think he's capable of this, if he could work with a young personnel person and a young offensive